laying it up. You keep it laying it up. Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Shane Davis.
And my name is Brandon Fountain.
Liar.
And we are the Controlled Burn. And Shane is going through menopause.
Perimenopause.
Menopause.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So I had just learned, I was watching CNN's Women and Weed. I keep fucking the title.
Did you watch some snippets of it? Because I'm going to watch I want to watch the whole thing.
No,
tonight.
I can't find the whole thing. I keep finding like segments from it, but I can't find the whole thing. I know it aired live on 420, but I was listening to the Q&A, and one of the questions on there was about perimenopause. And like I said, it was it's CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr.
Sanjay Gupta.
Yeah, and he was at Cowboy Cup. I'm sure a lot of y'all remember him walking around. It's not often we get some celebs walking through the world. I almost said something stupid, and I stopped myself.
Good man.
We have some internal people who might think or believe they're celebrities.
Oh boy.
But
oh boy.
Yank.
Yank.
Yank. But
and
no.
you won't be.
I've always heard pre-menopause, which I also just learned what it is, because honestly I did not know. But perimenopause and pre-menopause are the exact same things.
Well, how about that?
Take it from here.
Thank you.
I, sir, am not going to say any more about perimenopause.
You're not going to talk about like what it does, or like the effects, or
I shan't.
Okay.
I will not.
Right. Well,
I think we've gotten into enough bullshit, this month, maybe next month. But
we don't want to get into the weeds. Which was almost the name of our podcast.
Women. But no, what's funny is if you watch the Q&A on CNN, they bring Dr. Gupta on, and there was not customer but listener questions that were submitted, and the first one is talking about cannabis, women, and pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, dude. This is one of those ones that could go 100 fucking ways, and I know there's going to be some hard stances on every side of the fence, right? Dr. Gupta, the way he just explained it is I guess there's an extraction process in the tatas, right? And it concentrates the THC. So when you're smoking while breastfeeding, that baby getting high.
So I knew about, I don't think the baby actually gets high. I think it just gets in its system. I think it gets to the cannabinoid. I don't think I may be wrong.
I mean, if the baby's, smiling a lot, maybe, eating a little bit more milk than it should have, you know what I mean? Maybe. But
what was interesting about that was I knew about the, not a great idea to smoke while breastfeeding because it is passed through the breast milk. What I didn't know was that THC in your system carries through to the placenta. That was news to me because I thought it didn't. And I think that's, maybe it's not. But
we just heard a doctor say it, and you're about to you'll question everything. Joe Rogan.
You want me to say some other stuff that doctors say in this world and that how questionable that is? You probably don't want me to.
I do. I challenge you, sir.
No, I'm not getting us canceled today.
But no.
But they say some stuff.
So one thing that he was like, what I'm seeing is there's a lot of women that, for anxiety or whatever, medical issues or psychological issues they're having, they'll find cannabis and it helps. And I know there's a ton of people in our world, and we've seen it, that were prescribed all kinds of different drugs and landed on cannabis, because when you take all these different mood or what, like chemical, what am I trying to say, like there's the chemical makeup of your mind, when you're taking things to stabilize that mood there, there's side effects. Like, we've all seen the commercial where, it's like, fix your acne. And then in the fine print, it's like, if you, are having seizures. Yeah, anal seepage. If
you're trying to treat like gout. Like you got a little buildup of uric acid in your your body. But, if you take this, you could have hepatitis, leaky butthole. Your sphincter could, get loose. You could freaking start growing hair out of your eyeballs. I was just like, what? I think I'll just chill with the gout.
Or you could get butt worms.
I thought we all had them, Shane.
We do. But you could get more of them. You know what I mean? So, but basically what he was saying is, they'll find cannabis and they'll find that it helps. And while they're going through pregnancy, they, will continue to do it, right? And he listed some, potential like low weight, like low birth weight. He said some other shit that it was. Here's the thing. I'm not going to
preeclampsia for women, like
right.
The risk of that. But what's funny is it's not funny, but I read for a minute because Samantha, when she was pregnant, both pregnancies, the day she conceived to the day she gave birth, she was sick, dog. Like she had what they call HE or hyperemesis.
Bro, I remember.
Terrible.
And Cameron went through the same shit. She threw up. No lie, bro. Like
absolutely terrible.
It was the whole pregnancy, but like for the first like two parts of the triangle of that length, whatever they call that, trimester. Yeah. For 2/3 of the trimester, she was throwing up every fucking day, like every day.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've heard doctors say, if you smoke and it's either helping your appetite or it's helping the nausea or whatever, it potentially is going to do more harm to the baby to stop and have all those issues and the stress and the strain on your body than the potential side effects of the cannabis.
Let me pause you real quick. Disclaimer: we're not doctors.
No, dude.
I know we haven't said this in a while.
And
you may
here's
have
the thing.
never heard us say it. Don't take any advice from us.
I may or may not have ever heard a doctor say that.
May or may not. Probably didn't.
I feel like I did. I maybe dreamed it. But
I think that was like heroin or meth. Whatever.
Yeah. It's if you
same thing. No,
the withdrawals are going to be hell on that child.
Jesus.
But it's wild because and I heard somebody say this earlier today too, because we're talking about that House bill 4454, the edible limit, 100 milligrams with 10 milligram pieces. So 100 total milligrams per edible package is what they're going for, and they're winning. Like it's made it through two parts with unanimous votes. I can't explain those parts exactly because I don't speak that language, but I know it's gone through the two parts to get to completion, and
gotta get to completion.
Gotta
get to completion.
But it's been a while since like we've been on the actually selling cannabis product side of the world. But we used to sell edibles.
Oh yeah.
And one thing that I know for sure that I ran into a lot is people that have been in like terrible accidents, car accidents, people that have been in pain management for years. There's people who live day to day miserable.
Yeah.
And those people, because of everything that has happened to them and everything they put in them, that have been approved by the medical community, it has changed how they like intake the cannabis. Like the receptors are like different. So I've ran into a lot of fucking people that at 100 milligrams they will do nothing to them. Like they have
we
to
gave Samantha's grandma an 80 milligram edible one time. Dick didn't do nothing to her.
Yeah, that would have fucked me up for 48
I'd be
hours.
the first cannabis related death.
No, but we're blessed to where we don't have like those type of issues. We got issues, but not those kind of issues.
Oh, brother, we got issues. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We got issues.
But like
we got
don't
issues.
clip this because people might fucking eat me alive
right.
on it. But This is the Shane Davis opinion on this, and it might change tomorrow, but because we do have a really cool guest coming on in the future, we'll talk about it in a little bit. But because I'm going to ask this question, because to my knowledge, there has never been a cannabis directly from cannabis death in our industry. Like, there's never been an overdose, or there's never been
no,
like something where there wasn't other factors.
Yeah, that's so everything that I've understood,
and I could be fucking wrong, but to my knowledge, I've tried to look it up, but to my knowledge, I believe what I'm saying is right.
Well, what I understand, everything that they've been able to say is like death resulting from cannabis has been someone that died. They found cannabis in their system.
We're saying like COVID bullshit,
right?
Which
is like, come on.
No,
you couldn't say this was a COVID death just because they had COVID when they died, because a whole bunch of people had COVID.
But they did.
Right.
And that's how, because at the time with all that bullshit going on, like you would get like money for with a certain amount of like whatever hospital or, medical provider, they had like kind of an incentive to report that it was a COVID death. But then when you actually look into it, there's other like factors that go into it. And what's crazy though is like the report would like died from COVID, and his appendix also burst.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
probably a side effect.
Right. But and I'm going to ask somebody that's much smarter than me about this.
You can ask me. Go ahead.
I heard somebody say, what if a child eats 1,000 milligram edible? Like, what then? And
they're going to be real high
for probably days. And it's going to be, I would say, traumatic. Like, I would say, like, that's fair. I would say, like, sure. there will be a psychological impact at that level. But do I believe that they're going to have lifelong, like, physical side effects from that? I don't, man. And we run into this all the time, and we've got to got to tread carefully because we do represent the best lab in the state.
Feeling ain't right with
I almost said something so stupid. I'm gonna fucking say stupid shit today. Yeah, please, disclaimer: don't listen to me. I am just kidding. But no, I'm like, with this rescheduling that the president's signed off on, is pushing for. I did see like a slight like not really an update, but like an outline of the timeline to get it done. And at best, it'll be several months. More than likely, it'll take a few years. But once it gets to like an actual place where they can do federally funded research, then we'll actually really know. Like, I would love to know the actual real like genuine side effects of cannabis, because we don't. Like, you've seen the headlines of there's this condition, I forget what it's called, but I've been seeing it.
Cannabis hyperemesis.
Yeah. And
it's where you get nausea from. You
lose kind of weight, you throw up. Like, it's basically food poisoning from cannabis.
There's a lot of different side effects, but yeah.
So I mean, that's new, to our knowledge. Like, that wasn't.
I think that's you start getting stronger weed concentrates and all that stuff. You start learning of issues and things. But yeah, it's so it's kind of like what I was just saying right there, right? So hyperemesis is like a fancy. It's like you hear the myocardial infarction. That's heart attack. You know what I mean? Angina, that's chest pain or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Mangina?
Masticate, chew. But from what I understand, I think like hyperemesis is just a fancy term for like nausea. Or extreme nausea. I don't know. I think I may be wrong. I've been wrong before,
bro.
I've been wrong today.
Awful. Like, I don't want to go out by mangina. Like, that would be. definitely don't talk about it at my funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bring it up.
Don't hit me with that mangina.
No, but you know,
why?
I think that I think there's some definitely like. Here's one thing that people, you know, you got to think about too. You can do a lot of harm to yourself just by having anxiety, right? Like you can give yourself a heart attack. You can give yourself a seizure. You can give yourself a high blood pressure, a stroke. Like all that shit can happen.
I feel like you're talking to me.
From being crazy, like overly anxious, right? Like severe anxiety. Well, one thing that can happen if you get super stoned is you can give yourself real anxiety. You want to know how I know? Because every time I eat too much edibles, I have extreme anxiety. And Samantha has to hold me and tell me I'm not going to die.
You know, I've heard
not
Joe
every
Rogan,
time, but that's actually happened a time or two.
Joe Rogan has mentioned that with cannabis before. He's like, dude, like when you eat the right amount of edibles, and like what he's talking about is where you're at. He's like, it'll make you tell the truth to yourself. He's like, if you have any underlying conditions that you're not paying attention to, if you're fucking off your health in certain aspects, or you're basically like not living on point, eating right, exercising, like when you get like past the point of no return on an edible, he's like, it's almost like when you allegedly take mushrooms. If you go into a psychedelic mushroom trip, and before you even like start, you're like nervous or scared, like odds are it's gonna fucking suck. Like odds are, like,
not that I would know.
No, I wouldn't know, but I've heard that
I too have heard, Shane.
It's one of those things that you shouldn't mess with unless you're like your body's like calling for it. Your mind's like, let's get it, and that's the best way to ride that ride. I've heard. I'm not tall enough, but
yeah, I'm not. I don't weigh enough.
No, what's funny, bro, is you know what? There was a guy I knew once.
A guy you knew? Okay, I like it. I'm following.
That was having a little bit, too much fun in his early 20s, and he had to pay for it. It was expensive, I heard. But he gets pulled over leaving a strip club, and there was a gentleman.
He was a sexual deviant.
Is what I hear, but allegedly. But he fishtails out of this strip club, a little too excited.
Not smart.
Whoop whoop gets 5-0'd right away.
Cherries and berries.
So at that point, this guy said to me that I was like, well, I guess I'm getting my first DUI. Like, I'm beat, right? So kind of accepted it in a way. Like, was like, well, fuck it. And so the officer asked him if he could search the vehicle. And of course he was like, well, yeah, because, I am, I was drinking and driving, this person said. But
first of all, that person's an idiot if he told the cop that.
Stupid ass.
Okay. All right. As long as we're on agreement.
No,
there.
I'm sure he's learned. But
yeah.
but no, they find the officer walks back, has a baggie, and says, can you tell me what these are? And this person looks at him and says,
those look like mushrooms.
Those appear to be mushrooms, sir. And the guy was like, yeah, right?
They do.
And then it all clicked, and he realized, oh, fuck. He thinks those are mine. And they were not his, allegedly, but it was...
Story's getting real hard to follow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it was a pretty fucking great moment, because it's one of those things.
Didn't your friend have a guy with him that,
there was this situation where somebody was trying to get themselves out of trouble and tried to mess over one of our other guys that we really, really care about, especially the Berniacs out there. But no, he hits the cop with, I'm sure you hear this often.
All the time.
All the time. But
those aren't mine.
They are not mine. But yeah, no.
The cop was like, right. Roger.
It all worked out in a great way, and he can still buy guns. That's
Hallelujah.
no, being able to vote and buy firearms, man, that would be a fucking bummer.
Muy importante.
Well, dude, like it's
Marca.
Well, and so we hit that House bill on the milligram edible. There's another one that stuck out, and this really, like, pay attention on this one. Like, all jokes aside, there is House Bill 1163. So this one changes the weight for aggravated trafficking from 1,000 pounds to 25 pounds.
Sheesh.
This one's gaining like a lot of traction, right? So and when you hear this, like, as a lawmaker, obviously, like, yeah, let's do that. That makes all the sense in the world. We have seen people that like transport companies that are doing the right thing, that are doing their very best to stay compliant, and they've gotten pulled over, and there's packaging issues, tags are messed up, and at that point right there, if you didn't triple check that order, make sure everything was properly on each package, and a lot of times they're not just moving around like lab samples, like they're taking full orders to dispensaries, so you'll have hundreds of packages, right? And if, let's say, let's make it easy. Let's say they're transporting 1,500 pounds, and 26 of those pounds do not have a tag on them. Good. At that point, you are aggravated trafficking. Like, and we've seen people that have gotten charged with trafficking because you are. I mean, if you like break it down to like brass tacks, like, you're moving around illegal product. You are trafficking.
I'm just going to say this real quick. If you know the climate of the world in Oklahoma, you know the climate of everything that's going on. If you're, and I'm not going to, I'm not going to talk too much crap to you, because I also have a friend who may have gambled a time or two within the industry and said, you know what, it's all right.
They're always on point.
Dude, don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Don't put yourself and your family at jeopardy. Don't put your company that you work for at jeopardy,
right,
or that you own. Don't do it, because, yeah, you'll probably be all right, but if you're not, you're going to cost yourself a lot of money and bullshit that can be avoided.
And a lot of those issues are winnable in court.
Right, of course,
but,
but you still got to deal with the bullshit.
You got to pay to play, baby.
That's
and
then,
right. Your company gets put on blast. Your name gets put on blast. And in the world we're in, people are starting to turn down orders, or reject them on delivery if like there's anything that even feels off. Like, nobody's taking chances, and I get it, dude. Like, it is so expensive, and not just the actual like how much it costs, to deal with the actual thing, but the perception cost is, I mean, it's uncountable. Like, we've all seen people that have been hit with recalls or embargoes, and when you know the real story to it, like, it's not like, it's not, I was going to say it's not a big deal, but I mean, it is, but it's not malicious. It's not,
right.
They weren't intentionally.
There wasn't malicious intent.
Right. It was, shit happens sometimes. And in every other industry, if you forget a product, or if that invoice isn't on point, it's not a big deal.
Don't do that again.
Right. At best.
That's not where we're at in Oklahoma.
No,
we have, I feel like we're getting into, bitching more and more. Every episode we bitch, but I mean, we got a reason to.
That's what we get paid to do, baby.
You know what I'm saying? But and by the way, we don't get paid for this. Actually, it costs us money
every month. Every month.
No, but I'm frustrated with the milligram count bill. It will never apply to me because I can tell you right now, 10 milligrams is more than plenty for old Brandon Fountain if that's what, the way he's going to partake. But that's just kind of the point, right? I wouldn't say that I'm a medical patient. If we had a state that I am a medical patient, but you know what I'm saying.
You should say that.
Yeah. Well, this is medical rec. It is what it is.
No, we know
If I were in a state that had recreational, I would not have a card, is what I'm trying to say. If there was both available in Oklahoma, I would not have a card. I would be a rec patient or a rec user because to me, and once again, I would argue with anybody, like I've said on episodes before, that I think there's a medical benefit to coming home after, you long day of work, you're mental, you want to unwind and relax. That's a medical benefit, sure. But, would I think that's what it would be classified, or would I think that's what's needed to get a medical card for it? No, right? But I think it's idiotic that we have a medical program, and that is effectively what it is. That is 100% what it is.
That is what it is.
Not everybody's the same, and a whole lot of people have a medical card because they need extreme amounts because of pain, because they used it as a crutch to get off opiates or whatever, right? And limiting it to 10 milligrams, 100 milligram packages, that's going to really, it's going to drive black market activity. I'm just going to be honest.
That's what all these regulations do.
It's going to drive black market activity. It's the one thing that you're sworn to be against and to help stop. You're creating by doing that.
Well, we're all in Oklahoma, right? When we were going through high school, Oklahoma beer was limited to 3.2, right? So, what did everybody do?
Drove out of state, or a lot of
went
people,
up,
didn't drink beer.
169, hit Kansas, and came right back, right?
I still remember the little liquor store everybody went to.
You're right, dude. It was. When you over-regulate, it's always going to boost the black market.
Always.
It's just, I mean, and they're missing the point. And what kills me with that whole conversation is not the last EAC, but the one before that. Mm-hmm. There was a board member who said, 100 milligrams, that should be available, but 1,000, that's crazy. We don't need that. And I'm like, hey man,
you don't need that.
You don't need.
We don't need that.
Well, when you look at the NRA, we need to have the same stance on cannabis and the same. I mean, literally, because the way they look at it is, if you give an inch, they'll take a mile.
100%.
And you keep losing inches until eventually.
I can tell you right now, it ain't good to lose inches, brother.
No, dude,
it ain't good.
It's
it's terrible.
It's not fun, bro.
It's you don't know what everybody needs. Yes, do most people have a need for 100 for more than 100 milligrams? No. Do most people have a need for more than 15 round mags? No. But guess what? There's some people that do.
I love a 30 round.
In both. I prefer 30, 40, and 50 round mags because, I want to make sure that I'm, not going to run out.
No, you got to put rounds.
If I'm into the shit, I wants to have rounds.
I don't have good vision, so
I got bronchitis.
Bronchitis, and I did have bronchitis, and that shit's awful.
Yeah, it is terrible. So I hope that the people I hope there's some non-cannabis users, maybe some people that are just curious that are watching this, and I hope you understand. I hope that makes it a little bit more clear.
Well,
there are definitely people that need well over 100. I've personally met people that take thousands per day, and lucky for them, it's very inexpensive in Oklahoma to do that comparatively to other states and things. but that's what they need. That's what they take. That's what they choose to battle with. Could they do something else? Yeah, they could go back on heroin, or they could get on big pharma and take have all the other side effects, start having the leaky butthole and the hairy eyeballs, or they could smoke weed and eat weed and effectively have very little to no side effects and treat what they're trying to treat. So let's F off and leave those people's medicine alone.
If you want,
That's where I'm at with it.
to make a difference, if you want to make a change, Mary Lane Porter,
I love her.
she's
the best.
Spoke at the PCA last night, and there's an app called Okla 60. If you go on Okla 60, download the app in the App Store. It's very simple. You can find your district's legislators, and she really, especially on this edible thing, she's her and a couple other people, I believe Brandy, with the compliance, guru.
Brandy Freesby.
They went to the Capitol and they did talk to lawmakers, and they were basically like what do we do to make a difference? How do we get you guys to listen to us? It's not screaming. It's not blowing smoke in people's face. It's not cussing out people. Show up professional. And I saw somebody made a post kind of similar to what I'm saying. And it got a lot of traction of people being like, I've been in the closet for years, or, I'm proud to use cannabis. And that's fucking fine,
It's awesome.
dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You got to treat it when you're actually trying to make an industry change. You got to treat it like a job interview. Would you show up to a job interview looking like shit? You wouldn't. And you do have the freedom of expression, but that potential employer also has the freedom to tell you to fuck off.
They sure do.
And the people who actually make this possible and make these changes, they're telling them directly, that's what they're looking for. If you approach them professionally, with respect, you stand a much greater chance of being heard.
Big Fox.
Well, and another thing that I was kind of shocked by, but when you always hear on Facebook call your legislators, reach out to them, call this number.
It's important to know which ones you need to call.
Well, you need to know which ones you need to call, but also per this conversation last night, to them receiving 5 phone calls or emails on a topic is a lot.
Yeah,
or that's like a high number. And I'm like me and you could spend an hour in our office, and we could literally get enough people to do 100 phone calls or emails about this topic, and they wouldn't be cookie cutter. She's like, if you guys copy and paste an email and 1,000 people send it, they're gonna look at 1, they're gonna look at 2, they're gonna look at 3, and then they won't look at any more.
Right.
You have to actually come with an educated reason, and they don't care about your business. If you call and say, because we all know your profit margin on 1,000 milligram edible to 100 milligram edible, your cost of goods is basically the same. Your margin is so much higher the higher the milligram. That's where you're making money a lot of the times. Sorry if I gave away any fucking secrets. That's what it is. But
this is what it is.
They don't care about that. They don't care about your business. What they do care about is their constituents' health and safety.
100%.
That's what they care about. So if you call them and you give them an example of somebody who's actually in need of the higher milligram dosage, they're going to listen to that. If they know people are going to suffer if this change happens, in not a person, but people, a lot of people, they're much more likely to stop it.
We need to get the information for, because I don't know where, I'll be honest with you, I'm completely lost as to where that bill is right now, what process
They
it's
said
at.
it's gone through 2 voting stages,
but I
don't know what that means.
Yeah, but it has a committee, I think, on it, right? Isn't there a committee formed on it?
I have no idea. Yeah.
I need to call Mary Lane. Hey, you know what we need to do? Do you talk to her, Mary Lane, right?
Yeah, she wants to come on the show.
We need to get her on the show. We need to get Nancy McCumber on. She's active in it.
Well, and Mary Lane, she just got off of maternity leave. She's kind of been MIA for a while.
As she should.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But she's as frosty as ever.
She's, man, I wanted to say something crazy, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I kind of felt it. Yeah.
There is a lot of women in this industry and not in this industry that, do effectively not a lot, and just you always hear them just, I'm a woman in the industry, blah, 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 blah.
Damn.
Mary Lane
Clip it.
is Mary Lane, Nancy McCumber, Brandy Frisbee, people like that. Those are women that are business, not all of them are business owners, but they're women in business. Some of them are business owners, and they get shit done, and they're a very positive light of what women can do in the industry, because they all invoke real change when they get involved.
Well, they demand respect.
I respect the shit out of Mary Lane Porter. I respect the shit out of Brandy Frisbee. I respect the shit out of Nancy McCumber. We have some dope. You know what? Think about it. We have some dope ass women in this industry.
Yeah.
We really do. So we need to get Mary Lane on, and I'm sure we could probably even set it up to where unfortunately we can't have more than 2 guests right now. Our set's a little small, but we need to work on getting either Mary and Brandy or Mary and Nancy in, because they all kind of, I don't know how much they run together, but I know they do. They went
to the Capitol together.
Yeah,
that's something they spent some time together.
Also, we've got Ben from.
He'd be fun.
The lab director of OKCTL. He's going to be coming on the show soon.
He's a microbiologist, and everybody out there that has been struggling with mold.
So all y'all, listen.
Everybody. Well, and then another cool thing that shout out Jake. He pointed out that he's been using that Garden Clean.
Garden Clean, yeah. Good
Garden
job.
Clean.
Damn.
It's like GARDN Clean. They play on the spell.
It's clean with a K.
I don't know. I went to the website, but you can go on there and you can buy these. They're essentially like chlorine environment packets. And depending on the square footage of your grow, you can go on there and buy them. He said last night that he found this stuff, and he's been able to increase the humidity
and temperature.
Dude, he says his environment, like you got to wear
Miami, baby.
Right. I mean,
that's crazy.
Tropical. Like he swears by it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We'd love for y'all to sponsor us, Garden Clean, but we are not, and we don't have any like personal, use with it. But I went to the website. I read it. They have an extended release.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Product. That's the one he's talking about. It lasts for 30 days. You can put it, basically anywhere. Like you can put it in like the break room. You can obviously put it in your grow. You can put it in the dry room. Like you can put it in all these places. That doesn't mean that you don't have to clean. You got to do that. But
this is something that just helps by a lot. It helps a lot, actually. So it's effectively, it's not effectively. It is chlorine dioxide. That's what it is. Which a lot of people heard of, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I can do that." This is a little bit more to it than just that, but that is the main ingredient. There's it's a system that's allegedly built. It releases it a certain way. It works a certain way. So I'm not saying just chlorine dioxide and that'll solve your problems. But
no, there's people out there that'll go.
Oh yeah.
Mix up a tub.
Oh yeah. But no, it's I trust a lot of what Jake says. Jake is very intelligent cat.
He knows his shit.
He's a very young businessman, and he's very successful, and he does a great job. So I heed the advice of anybody that's young and extremely successful in business.
A bit of an asshole.
You ought to too. Yeah, he's a little bit of an asshole.
A little bit of an asshole, but we just play Jake.
He's going to be on the show, but unfortunately, because of that, that just like you were saying, he's an asshole. He's like, I tell you what, I want to come on the podcast, but I don't want to come on until you hit 100 episodes, and I want to be your guest on your 100th episode. I'm like, done.
And just out of him, doing the alpha flex, He'll show up at 101. Watch.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right you will. Or I'll tell him that 100 is actually 99. And then I'm going to find out who his biggest competitor is and have them on at 100. Because that's how I roll. No, I'm just saying. And also, so Ben and then Kelly, who is a pesticide analyst, not just he is the pesticide analyst. He's also not just for OKCTL, Senate. Just for the world. Okay, he's the pesticide analyst of the world.
No, he's a badass.
And he's running for House of Representatives, I think.
Is it? Is it that?
I think so. He's a House seat something. Anyways, he's running for an office, and I think he'd like to come on and give a little spiel and talk about what he's trying to do. So I figured we'd give him the platform to come on and speak his piece.
We want,
even though do not vote for him because we don't want him.
No, we don't want him to go anywhere. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Don't tell him.
I want him to chase his dreams, right?
We don't want him to get them.
I just don't want him to get to
right.
them. Because his dreams is my nightmares. right. That means we got to find another pesticide analyst.
It's a nightmare.
They're real hard to come by, and he's real good. You know what I mean? So.
No, Kelly's great. Check him out. He's putting himself out there, which is awesome.
Better man,
bro.
Roof.
If you've been like on the socials in our world right now, there's just so much fucking negative. Like there's a lot of like infighting.
We're
right
negative.
But I'd like to think that we're negative to like with a point, right?
100%.
Like you're not gonna like we're not. Especially like publicly, like we're busy as fuck, dude. We don't have any time to go up there and like engage. Like there's people that we respect that if they've got like a perception of us, obviously we're gonna reach out and like hey man, like because we'll talk to anybody. Like me and you're the kind of people that we are going to we're gonna piss people off sometimes.
Yeah.
Like our delivery sometimes, and it's not, most of the time it's not intentional.
Oh, it's almost never intentional.
Well, and most of the time we're, it's out of context for or we didn't like get our point across, how we wanted to, but.
Like a bad clip of an episode or something,
Right, that went viral.
So, you already know no.
No,
it's kidding. We're never going to let her live that down.
No. The amount of time I was like, call me a firefighter. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the last fucking thing we need right now is like the perception. And honestly, I mean, say what you will, like that's one of the most important things right now in our world. Like we are under attack, like
all the time.
And if we're putting each other on blast and we're like, and that's what the world, or another world, the Oklahoma public sees is us, launching fucking cannonballs at each other. That doesn't do us any favors.
It's not a good look. The competition has been thinned quite a bit, where you're not in competition with you're always, to an extent, I get it, but the herd has been thinned quite a bit.
Well, Brandy
There's plenty of room for us to work together and not have to worry about, feeling like we need to cut each other's heads off to survive. That's crazy. Let's work together.
Well, since the big crash of prices in our world years ago, the main thing you'll hear a lot of people say, and we've said it, is you just got to survive. If you can get through the storm, the sunshine is going to be on the other side. Like Brandy's perception of it, and she's like boots on the ground in a lot of these places.
Talking about. This is the time we're talking about.
She said, she's like, we're here, guys.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're not feeling it right now, you're gonna.
Yeah.
And right now, the inspectors, they are. Which here, footnote real quick, they did do that change where they're going to give that 7-day awareness. She said, obviously there's no definite answer on this, but the clients that she's had that have received that inspection notice, like let's say they received it on a Tuesday, she said the following business day in the morning is when they have shown up. Like,
Oh.
and so she's like, that's
good. That's good. That's good insider information.
Well, so if you're like, like a Shane Davis, and you're like, oh, I've got 7 days. That's not what it is.
That's not what it means.
Not what it is. You can't, don't wait till day 6.
Halt.
Right. Get on business. I mean, and you should be on business, but let's be real. Get on business.
We know that you are. But
right.
Just in case.
But for real. But no, she said literally it's been the next business day in the morning, and whatever your operational hours are to where you open is about the time they're showing up. So,
good knowledge.
Heed. But she said in these inspections, the big thing that they're going after right now is inventory. Inventory is I mean, honestly, like that's the low hanging fruit, right? There's not I've been a part of like a few like very big industries, and every year you would do a big inventory, and you're always doing like you'll go to Walmart sometimes or like whatever grocery store, and you'll see like people scanning guns and like checking numbers. Like most businesses are always running like sectional inventories, and then once a year you'll do a big major inventory. I've never been in an industry where we ran an inventory where it was 100% on.
No,
like
God, no. Yeah.
But you will go through it. You'll have to go to court for it, and from what I'm hearing, like the judges on these, they also understand that. Like this is a business. There's a lot of moving parts to keep that image. Like basically, the way it was relayed is, if that's the issue and you're off a little bit, you're not gonna be revoked.
Yeah.
Like, but you are gonna have to pay for it. You're gonna have to pay for the attorney. You're gonna have to fight it. The amount of time that it could put you out like down until you're functional again. Like it is something that for them, like it is just low hanging fruit, man. So if you are doing quarterly inventories, the advice is to knock that off. You need to be doing them weekly, and if you haven't checked one in your whole system inventory, in months, you should probably do it now. Like, that's something where, we all know when they do an inspection, they're like, okay, I want to see tag whatever in this tag, and then every appropriate thing that's supposed to come with it. If they check those 2 things and they're messed up, then it's like, okay, well, let me check these 2 things. And the more issues they find, the more in depth they go. And if it keeps going and going, then they're gonna have an official OMMA investigator come out.
So what he's saying is, get the easy shit right. Get the little stuff like inventory, the basic things that everybody should have, pretty on point. Make sure you're doing that.
One perception, I mean, let's be honest, our dispensaries, they are medical dispensaries, but they're also retail stores, right?
Absolutely.
One thing I was just talking on the phone about this to somebody, and it was like a cool little nugget that I learned early on in this. I was fortunate enough to where I got to represent a really cool brand. Unfortunately, they're not around
Can you
anymore.
say that brand? Can you say it was Keef Cola?
It was.
Okay.
It was. I mean, Keef is great, dude.
I feel like we've said this before. That's why I'm like, just say it.
Well, and Keef is still alive and kicking.
Oh yeah, they're in several states.
I would imagine at some point they'll be back here.
I can see that.
There's technicalities that have gone on with it, but we always had investors walking through. Like with that kind of a brand, it just attracted so many people who wanted a piece of that. Like they wanted to be able to say they were a part of it.
It's a dope brand, dude.
It was so cool.
It's a dope. I say it was. It is a dope brand.
Well, and
they have dope marketing, and even their brand, the logo is cool.
Well,
dude. And the product is great. Great idea. I can't have it, but yeah, it's great.
Well, and that's where and you don't make a huge margin on a product like that, because it does cost a lot to get from beginning to shelf, but it'll get you in the door,
depending on where it's at, and
we're salespeople.
Yeah, we'll get you in the door.
The more that the more you can talk about a product without repeating yourself, the easier it is to sell that product.
Well, dude, when I had the dispensary, when I ran that dispensary in Sapulpa, Keef Cola and Apothecary Ambrosia's,
Dude.
that was my loss leaders. Like, that was what... Now, granted, this was 5 years ago?
Right.
4 years?
World's changed a
5,
million
6
times.
years ago? So, the world's changed, but Apothecary's concentrates were hot, bro. Hot. Now that's funny, they don't even wholesale anymore. They only buy Apothecary at Apothecary stores, which is crazy. I can't believe that because, I believe it because it happens. We test for them. I know. But, dude, I love Apothecary's brand.
Oh,
I
it's so
love their
attractive.
Their product is good. It's clean. They give a shit. They have good employees like Brent and Kelsey. Bro, Kelsey is that's my going to the Capitol buddy. Anytime
Right.
we're going to the Capitol, I text Kelsey or she texts me, I'm going to be there. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, hell yeah, save me a seat. She gives a shit. She's going to be involved.
When
They
you
wanna
walk
be
into
involved.
their companies, you can tell they give a shit.
You can tell they give a
Like,
shit.
there's
Brother, yes.
like literally, like I would give tours of like where we bottled that, right? And it was fun because visually it was a really cool experience for anybody who'd never got to see it before. And so I used to love doing it. But one thing that one of my partners showed me one day, because he'd been operating in this world for years, and just about every like laboratory in our world will have some limonene. It's a terpene that gets used. It's also you can go buy it at Lowe's. It's a great cleaner. But
makes you smell good.
we would literally, our facility was spotless. The way that we packaged and made everything, the sanitation, and this was before metric, right? This was a completely different world. Everybody calls it the Wild West at this point, but in that world, like, we rose above on standard because we cared. But literally, we would clean with limonene. We would clean the door frames that you would walk through with limonene. And when you walked in there, not only did you have like a visual, like, oh my God, like you had a sensory, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it smelled like key lime pie in that place. Like it was, and me and you, we go to so many places, dude. And there are, and which I would never put nobody on blast, but if you're hearing this and you feel any kind of like guilt of like, man, maybe I should clean some shit, you should. You should, man.
And we're probably talking about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Because if you catch an inspection and they walk in and like, it's like an episode of like, True TV Hoarders, that might entice that person to spend a little bit extra time looking at shit, because you are at the mercy of whoever that person is, whatever they decide is the most important to them, because all of this is so much up for interpretation. Win the winnable battles. Like, those are things you can control. You can control the SOPs that you have in place. You can control the environment. You can control so many fucking things. There are things that are going to 100% be out of your control, and that's life. And then if those are the only problems you're battling, that does make your day easier. But if you're battling like the low-hanging fruit type issues, like, you're going to kick yourself in the ass.
Yep.
If those are the things that ultimately lead to you getting pushed out of this, because it's time. Like,
We're here.
Let's
do
here.
it.
We made it.
Get it. Speaking of being here and present in the moment, we would like you to be present. May the 13th, 2026 at 6 p.m. for the OCIA Dude Fest Part 2. Come. Pause.
I will.
Okay. Come. Be a part of it. Be a part of it. Learn about the legislative committee and the money that they raise to the things that they do. Probably as of right now, now I hear there's some shits in the works, but as of right now, the only committee / industry association that I know of that's done anything to invoke positive change is on the legislation level. There are other industry associations that do great on education. Great job. Get them taught up, bud. But what I would say is the most important thing, especially right now in Oklahoma, when the lawmakers hate the industry and the government hate the industry and even some of the taxpayers hate the industry, is, we got to be real persistent at the Capitol in a positive, professional, organized manner.
Y'all got to stop putting out bad medicine.
You pieces of shits.
Dude, that clip's wild, bro.
Bro.
Man, it was.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, it was super eye opening because they were talking about recalls.
Yeah.
And the way it kind of stands right now is a product could be recalled. In Miss Berry, she explained the process. Which
I love the Miss Berry.
Respect, but
Adria.
Adria. Well,
sorry.
The process is, and she even did by not the end of the clip, because the end of the clip she throws a fucking grenade. But
Who?
Barry.
Oh.
At the end of the clip, that's where she hits, and she's like, we would love it if you guys stop putting out dirty medicine, which pissed everybody off. But she did say we need to look into some legislation change to how the process works.
Yeah.
And
It
try
may
to
or may
streamline
not
it.
have took Katie Nail, absolutely mopping the floor with her ass. But no, I didn't say that. I'm kidding.
Well, and she
just made some really good points.
respectful.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
She
Well, and you
mopped
need-
the floor with her. Respectfully.
Well, you got to have people who are educated.
I'm just kidding.
Have these conversations,
Yeah.
because a lot of people.
You see me and Shane, we don't have those conversations.
No,
with
and we're not
Adria.
going to put
Yeah,
ourselves.
and we're never going to be.
No way.
Because we're not educated on the things that she's a freaking attorney, bro. Don't forget that. Adria Berry is an attorney.
No, she's good.
She's not stupid. I actually respect the hell out of her.
No, I would be very intimidated having
agree.
to have a debate with her.
Yeah, I don't agree with a lot of the shit that she says, but I respect the hell out of her. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. Like I said, I wholeheartedly disagree with a whole lot of OMMA's stance on this industry.
But she understands her role.
But she understands her role. I
And-
think she could change a lot as far as the climate, and I think she doesn't. That bothers me. But you know what? That's nothing I can do but bitch about it. So what's the point in bitching about it? Because it's just going to piss me off and everybody else off. And we'd like to see some change, in a positive manner there. But so anyways, we're going to bring on Katie onto the show potentially, right, Shane?
No, so
They got that locked in yet? Because that was
she's
have
putting
someone
in
like
to
her.
take the day off, and
I like
she is going to come to the controlled burn.
Come on, you burnouts.
It won't be the first week of May, but sometime after that. But yeah, she said she's excited to come on. We're excited to have her.
I love that.
We're definitely going to try to allot some time, because with someone like her, she needs time.
We need to let her talk,
Well,
but she won't.
she can explain these things, and
Yes.
she's very passionate about the milligram limit. She's very passionate about the recall process. Per the state with that conversation, if they post something on their website that's a recall, when they do that, there's a chance that it's going to take several months before they can actually enact that recall, right? Per them, that's our responsibility. Per them,
Right.
it is our responsibility to go to that website. If the email, because they'll send an email out also, if for whatever reason that goes to junk or you don't see it, they're like, yeah, you need to be checking the website and you need to be checking those products.
Wouldn't it be dope if the state somehow had a system that they could just stop those products from being distributed,
when danger's on the line?
Yeah.
That should 100% be how it
That'd
works.
be dope. It'd be crazy if they had that, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, I guess they don't. Oh, wait, they do. But they don't.
It was essentially blamed on some. My brain's saying Port Authority, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
But basically, they have to apply.
They passed the buck.
for the recall because it's like a constitutional thing. And then that authority has to approve and accept it, which for whatever reason that takes a long time.
Yeah. And if you're like me who don't understand what Shane just said, which is probably all y'all, good news is Katie will be able to explain it probably pretty well. I'm really excited to have her on the show. Like, I cannot tell you how excited I am to have her. I wish there's a way. You know what? I'm just going to say this. Okay, so her role is she was hand selected by Governor Kevin Stitt. Yay, everybody loves him. Hand selected by him to represent patients of Oklahoma on the executive advisory committee for OMMA. She is a nurse, and she's got some other, credits of things that she's done. I don't know what they're
we'll
off the top of my
announce her
head.
properly.
Yeah, we'll announce her properly when it comes time. But right now, if you are a listener and you're hearing the words coming out of my mouth hole, and you can think of a word, LOL. If you could think of a question that you would like to ask her, or anything that you would like clarification on, anything that involves patients, the EAC, pretty much anything in between there that you think she might have a good insight on, drop a comment or email us or call us.
And what's that email?
team@controlledburn.live. Email us a question, call us. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. Anyways, or comment on this wherever you're watching this at, whether that be YouTube, Google, Apple, Spotify, or just some other random place. Drop a comment. We might see it.
You know how we could get because that's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. I think we should start doing that with all of our guests. We should start telling who they are.
Oh, absolutely.
A month or so in advance, whenever we have it, and then build up some questions for them and ask them on the show.
With somebody like her, with her role, it would also be fun to leave some question forms out in the laboratory and have some of our very educated staff.
That's a good idea.
Ask some questions. Like that would be fun. Like
I'm glad I had that idea. I'm going to do that.
That would be
Hell yeah.
That would be really cool. But yeah, man, shit's crazy.
Do we have anybody else?
Right now, confirmed. No, there's some wheels turning.
Stuff in the works.
But, confirmed. That's what we got right now.
We're working on getting Jesus Christ himself to the podcast. So we'll keep you updated on that one.
Our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior.
Not
sweet baby.
No,
Jesus.
never mind.
Yeah. Stand down.
About the
Stand down. Okay. Shane doesn't even love Jesus. He chose to watch Freddy Got Fingered or something over The Chosen. So there's that. No, what was that show that you were watching? Like Fuddruckers or
no, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. There it is.
Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
What?
I'm saying words. How is that, by the way?
It's fantastic, dude.
How far along
Tommy
are
Shelby is the man.
How far along are you?
Not far enough.
I want to watch it.
I'm on season 2. I'm like middle of season 2.
Jesus. Dude, you used to freaking binge shows. Like, I don't know why you haven't been able to sit down and watch a lot of shows. I apologize immediately. Forget I said anything.
There hadn't been a ton of
Seems
entertainment.
like it's like you've had some shit going on in your life or something. You know what I mean? I get it. Man, I'm just going to tell you right now, dude, we're finally on the last season of Chosen. Brother. Phenomenal. I'm telling you right now, if you aren't a Christian, if you don't believe, something's wrong with you.
You're going to hell.
No, you're going to hell, first of all. No, I'm kidding. No, but if you're not a Christian, if you don't believe, I'm telling you, anybody would love this show. It is freaking good, bro. And maybe it's not as good as I'm saying. Maybe because I love Jesus a whole lot. But I'm telling you right now, the show is badass, dude. It is a freaking good show. I've watched, you can only watch so many shows and movies about the story of Jesus before it's like, I know exactly what's going to happen because, one thing about a lot of older Christians are, we can't get no additives in there. We got to follow it per the book. I mean, exactly. Otherwise, it's sacrilegious and we're going to go to hell and burn in the fiery pits. Man, they said nuts to that. But no, everything from what I understand, from what I read, I don't know, I wasn't around back then. But they added a lot of extras, like not things that weren't in the Bible, but a lot of things that were accurate or relevant to the time, but to just give it some Hollywood appeal. You know what I mean? Like, just to give it some user, some watcher appeal. And dude, they did a good job, dude. Like, one thing that's like insignificant, I think it's like not a big deal, but like, you know, the disciple Thomas. In the Bible, it doesn't talk about Thomas having a wife or a girlfriend or a fiance.
Tommy Shelby's got some wives.
But in the show, he has a fiance, and you know, something important goes on with her. That's not in the Bible, but it's nothing that takes away from the story.
Well, they gotta add a bit of drama.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, see, that's something that's not, that has been avoided anytime it comes to like religious shows, because people are like, you know, afraid that it's going to be sacrilegious or, you know, not be well received because it's, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's such a good show. It's such a good show. Oh my God, it's a good show.
Is it better than Stephen King's The Stand?
I don't like anything Stephen King, really. I've seen a few and I'm like, meh. I don't like creepy shit though. You know that.
The Stand is
I don't like The Fog.
Revelations.
I didn't see it, but I bet you I ain't gonna like Stephen King's version of it.
We watched that. You remember that 5-hour-long movie?
I know, I didn't like it.
Oh, come on, man. I thought we were about that.
It was all right.
It was a different day.
It was probably the only one that I like jived with a bit. I watched a few of his.
Thinner was great.
What's Thinner?
Where the dude gets a voodoo curse put on him, and he's like, you know, he's pretty big guy,
Yeah.
and then he starts just losing weight.
What about Stephen King's Bird Box? I liked that one.
Dude, that's hilarious. I hated that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that show. And also,
I
I
didn't
don't think
get
that's
it.
Stephen King.
I don't know.
I didn't. Stephen King.
I didn't understand. I know Machine Gun Kelly.
I remember the world went crazy when that show came out, and there were so many memes about like not making eye contact and like having a blindfold and shit on. It was hilarious. The world went nuts for that movie.
Call me dumb, but
Not the greatest movie.
I didn't love it, but my wife loves it.
Yeah.
Like she was appalled when I was like, that sucked. And it wasn't my jam. But
Let's get out of here, brother.
that's all I got today.
That's all I got.
Well, I'm Shane Davis.
And I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. We'll see you next week on The Controlled Burn.
Peace.
We out.
Sanjay Gupta.